Hello.
Good morning, everyone. Before we begin our presentation, allow us to introduce our group. We are Group 1. My name is Rio Sandi Cornelius Gurtom, and I'm here with my teammates.
Nafisa Amanda.
And Ivana Chelsea.
Today, our group will present an article titled Comparison between Indonesia and Singapore in State Administration Systems.
In this presentation, we will discuss the comparison between Indonesia and Singapore in several aspects of state administration system.
The state administration system holds a crucial role in regulating government and public service. A comparison between Indonesia and Singapore illustrates different approach to administrative management. Indonesia has a vast territory with a decentralized system, while Singapore has a more centralized and integrated system. This difference impact the policy system mechanism, digital governance, service ethic, time efficiency, and public participation. By comparing this aspect, the strength and weakness of each country can be identified.
The state administration system plays a pivotal role in governing and delivering public service, as seen in the contrasting models of Indonesia and Singapore. Indonesia's vast territory necessitates a decentralized approach, while Singapore employs a centralized integrated system. This difference profoundly influences policy mechanism, digital governance, service ethic, time efficiency, and public participation, enabling a clear identification of each country's administrative strengths and weaknesses.
First, in terms of good governance, the government policy system mechanism in Indonesia involves the central and regional governments. This system allows regions to adapt policies to local needs but also requires strong coordination. Future system planning is usually outlined in medium and long-term development plans. Transparency and accountability are already codified in legislation, but their implementation still needs to be improved to ensure equitable distribution. Second, Singapore uses a more centralized policy system, allowing for more coordinated planning and oversight. In planning its future system, Singapore generally adopts a more strategic and data-driven approach. This approach includes the systematic collection and analysis of data, the use of empirical evidence, and performance indicators to support policy decision-making and long-term planning. Policy organization and oversight are conducted with clear performance targets. Transparency and accountability are implemented through regular evaluation and strict internal oversight. This makes policy implementation more consistent and efficient. A structured system helps the government achieve development goals more effectively.
Such a robust framework not only streamlines resource allocation but also fosters public trust by enabling real-time monitoring via digital dashboard and independent audits. In practice, this approach minimizes corruption risk and accelerates adaptive policy making, ensuring that development goals align closely with societal needs and long-term sustainability.
Third, in the realms of digital governance, the concept of smart governance emphasizes effective and efficient government management through the use of digital technology. In Indonesia, digital government development focuses on digitization of public service, such as electronic document management and the use of applications to improve interaction between the government and the public.
Meanwhile, Singapore has built a robust and integrated digital infrastructure across all aspects of government, enabling faster and more efficient public service. Singapore's strengths are rooted in its continuous technological innovation and strong data security system. Despite the significant investment required, the impact of digital governance on public service in Indonesia is currently quite positive to simplifying administrative processes for the public and saving time. 4. In comparing the state administrative system between Indonesia and Singapore, service ethic and administrative regulation are fundamental elements in determining the quality of governance. In Indonesia, public service ethics are regulated in various regulations that emphasize the professionalism of civil servants. However, in practice, the implementation of ethics is often situational and dependent on the individual, so it has not yet been fully internalized in the organizational culture. In contrast, Singapore has established an administrative system that places ethical standards, such as honesty and transparency, as the primary foundation of his bureaucracy. Their government employees are required to adhere to a code of ethics that promotes integrity, accountability, and transparency in every decision-making process. Fifth, in terms of time efficiency in administrative service, Singapore is recognized for its superior public service delivery due to its simple procedure and integrated system. One of the main factors contributing to faster administrative service in Singapore is the optimal use of technology combined with effective coordination. Unlike Singapore, administrative process in Indonesia may sometimes take longer due to the numerous bureaucratic stages. Thus, Singapore frequently achieve processing times of under 24 hours for essential services, while Indonesia multi-layered and convoluted approval processes highlight the need for bureaucratic simplification and technology-based automation to enhance competitiveness and public satisfaction. 6. In terms of community participation, Indonesia and Singapore implement different community engagement mechanisms. In Indonesia, community engagement mechanisms include deliberation forums, public consultation, and the digital complaint platform Lapor. Meanwhile, in Singapore, community participation is more structured through one service. Thus, difference demonstrate that community participation remains crucial in strengthening citizen roles in policy processes and governance.
In conclusion, the public administration system in Indonesia and Singapore differ significantly in terms of policy system, digital governance, service ethics, time efficiency, and public participation. Indonesia has decentralized system provide room for regional innovation, but face challenge in coordinating and equitable policy implementation. Digital governance in Indonesia continue to develop, but remain hampered by infrastructure and digital literacy. Public service ethics are well regulated, but implementation is not yet optimal. Public participation in Indonesia is quite high, but still need improvement through better coordinating and digital literacy. Singapore, on the other hand, has a centralized and integrated system that excels in efficiency and policy consistency. Digital governance in Singapore is also highly advanced with strong infrastructure and continued innovation. Public service ethics are highly valued and internalized in bureaucratic culture, and public participation is well structured and supported by digital education. Therefore, Each country currently has its own strength and weakness. Indonesia may learn from Singapore in terms of efficiency, system integration, and stagnant ethic, while Singapore can learn from Indonesia in terms of accommodating diversity and providing space for regional innovation. And that's all the presentation from our group. Finally, we would like to say thank you.